Hello everybody, myself Reshma Nayak, working at Jnanaganga Pre-University College, Nellikatte, Moodubelle. All of us know that smile is a curve that sets everything straight. Clear? So we will be discussing about the 10th chapter of first PU classes, which is nothing but straight lines. So let me consider what is meant by a straight line, or what are the things that we are going to consider in this chapter, that is straight line. When we consider the term straight line, I can say that comes under analytical geometry. So then what is meant by analytical geometry? Analytical geometry means it's a branch of mathematics in which algebra is applied for the study of geometry. Clear? So there are several branches of mathematics. Among those several branches, we can say that analytical geometry is also one of the branch. And under this analytical geometry, we are going to consider this chapter, that is nothing but straight lines. Okay, with respect to straight lines chapter, what we are going to discuss in this chapter? Straight line. Clear? So chapter name, that is nothing but straight line. Straight lines, that is nothing but the chapter name. And here as the first part, I should consider, or we need to consider, what are the things that we are going to study in this chapter. So as the first part, we are going to consider introduction, that is introductory part for the given chapter, that is introduction. So which is very important. Introduction to any of the thing or for any of the work, introduction, that is very important. And this introduction that gives a basis in order to understand the concepts which are related to straight lines. And the second part is nothing but we are going to consider slope of a line. So since the chapter is straight lines, we are going to consider the definition of slope of a line and what are the different methods to consider or to find the slope of a line, or how to solve the problems which are related to slope of a line. And as the third part, we are going to consider various forms of equations of a line. As the third part, we are going to consider various forms of equations of a line. There are different categories of lines. So what are the various forms, or what are different types of the lines that we are going to consider it as the third part. And as the fourth part, I should consider general equation of a line. General equation of a line. So after considering different forms of line, we need to consider general equations of line, that is nothing but how to represent a line generally. So there are two forms, one is particular form and another one is general form. How to represent a line generally, that we are going to consider it as the fourth part. And as the fifth part, or as the last concept with respect to this straight lines chapter, that is nothing but how to find out distance of a point, from a line. That is, so we need to consider, or we need to find out the formula in order to find out distance between a point and a line. That is, one point is given and one line is given. So that line will be given in the general form, and how to find out, or what is the formula to find out distance between a point and line, that we are going to study. Clear? So here with respect to this chapter straight line, we are going to cover these concepts, that is introductory part for the concept straight lines, and as the second part, that is slope of a line. Third one, various forms of equations of a line. Fourth one, that is general equation of a line, and the fifth one is nothing but distance of a point from the given line. So let me start with respect to the first part, and as the first part I will consider introductory or introduction to the chapter, that is nothing but straight line. Introduction to the chapter, that is straight line. So what are the basic things that we should know while considering the concept of straight lines. Clear? So as the introduction, so when we are considering this straight line chapter, or we are considering with respect to analytical geometry, and with respect to analytical geometry, I'll consider the first part as coordinates of a point. So first part I am going to consider it as coordinates of a point. Coordinates of a point. So all of us know what is meant by a point, right? So what are coordinates of a point, or how to represent a point in the given plane, etc. That we are going to study with respect to this. So let me consider two lines. That is, I am going to consider two mutually perpendicular lines. So I am going to consider two mutually perpendicular lines. What is meant by two mutually perpendicular lines? Two lines are said to be mutually perpendicular to each other if and only if the two lines are perpendicular to each other, or if the angle between the two lines is 90 degree. That is, so these two lines I can say that they are mutually perpendicular to each other because the angle between the two lines is equal to 90 degree. So let me consider two mutually perpendicular lines, and these two mutually perpendicular lines, I am naming these two lines as x dash ox and y dash oy. Let me consider the two mutually perpendicular lines as x dash ox and y dash oy. Clear? So here I will consider the two lines, that is, I am going to consider these two lines which are mutually perpendicular to each other. So this is nothing but I will name it as x o x dash, and the other line, that is nothing but y o y dash. X o x dash and y o y dash, they are nothing but the two mutually perpendicular lines. So now I should consider a point with respect to these two lines x o x dash and y o y dash. Why these two lines are said to be mutually perpendicular? Because angle between these two lines, that is nothing but 90 degree. So therefore they are mutually perpendicular lines. So now let me consider one point here, that is, so somewhere here I am going to consider one point, that is nothing but P. So consider P be a point in this with respect to these two lines, that is nothing but x o x dash and y o y dash. Through the point P, andre point P ಮೂಲಕ, through the point P, I will consider a line that is nothing but PM, which is perpendicular to x o x dash. A point P eluntu, a point P ಮೂಲಕ we are considering one line, and this line PM, that is perpendicular to x o x dash. Through the point P, I am going to consider another line, that is nothing but PN. So PN is perpendicular to y o y dash. Now I should consider difference or distance between the points O and M. So let me consider this as the distance x, and the distance between the point N and O, that is nothing but y. I am considering coordinates of the point M as x and the coordinate of the point N as y. So now here I can identify, that is, we can identify the point P, we can identify the point P with the as ordered pair. I can identify the point P as an ordered pair, that is, P is a point with the coordinates x, y. So for this point P, I am going to consider two coordinates. So this we can identify with the help of the coordinates of the point M and the coordinate of the point N, that is nothing but P is a point with the coordinates x, y. Clear? So this is nothing but representation of a point in xy plane or two-dimensional plane. So analytical geometry, that we can also call it as Cartesian geometry, or we can call it as rectangular geometry also. So here P is a point with respect to the two coordinates x and y. Generally consider madudade, you can consider like this, that is, so if you are considering xo x dash and yo y dash, so here we know the representation. To the right hand side of O, that is origin, we are having the positive values like 1, 2, 3, 4, like that continues, and to the left of the origin you are having negative values like -1, -2, -3, -4, and above the origin, that is nothing but 1, 2, 3, 4. Here we are having -1, -2, -3, etc. that continues. Clear? So how to represent the point ordered pair 1, 2? So if you are having the point 1, 2, then the x coordinate is nothing but 1 and the y coordinate is 2. So 1, 2, somewhere here you are having this point, that is nothing but 1, 2. Same definition that we have written with respect to the generally we can represent a point like this, that is P is any arbitrary point. Arbitrary point and the yaudo undu particular point. P is any arbitrary point with the coordinates x and y. Clear? So let me consider the next definition, that is nothing but, so here we are having x dash ox. What is meant by x dash ox? X dash ox means this I can consider it as, we can consider this line as x axis. X dash ox, this line I can consider it as x axis, and we are having another line, that is y o y dash. What is meant by y dash o y or y o y dash? That I can call it as y axis, and this o is called as origin, and o is called as origin of the two-dimensional plane or xy plane, or O is the origin with respect to the two lines xo x dash and yo y dash. Clear? So this is one of the concept, and that is the very basic concept with respect to this, that is coordinates of a point. So point can be identified as ordered pair with respect to two mutually perpendicular lines xo x dash and yo y dash. Clear? So let me to consider the next one, that is, so each point we have written it as ordered pair of x comma y. Correct? Each point I can write it as with the help of these two mutually perpendicular lines. Each point can be written as p of x comma y, and here this first coordinate x. X we can call it as, we can call this x as abscissa, or I can call it as x coordinate. So this I can call it as abscissa or x coordinate. Clear? And this y we can call it as, how to call y? Y is nothing but y we can call it as ordinate, O-R-D-I-N-A-T, ordinate, or I can consider it as y coordinate. Here each point can be represented as ordered pair of x comma y, where the first coordinate x is called as abscissa, or we can call it as x coordinate, and y I can consider it as ordinate or y coordinate. Clear? And O is nothing but that represents origin of the origin, which is with respect to the two lines xo x dash and yo y dash. Now if we are considering these two lines xo x dash and yo y dash, so xo x dash line and yo y dash line, so that these two mutually perpendicular lines will divide the, or we can say that these two axes, x axis and y axis, together we can call it as coordinate axis. Correct? So x axis and y axis together we can call it as coordinate axis. These coordinate axis will divide the plane into four parts. These coordinate axis will divide the plane into four parts, and these four parts we can call it as quadrants. X axis and y axis divides the plane into 4 parts, and these 4 parts I can call it as quadrants. So how many quadrants are there? Quad means that is nothing but 4. 4 parts are there. This is nothing but the first part, second part, third one, and the fourth part. What is meant by a plane? So plane means there are several definitions, but the simplest definition is nothing but plane is a flat surface which can be extended in any of the direction. Plane is a flat surface which can be extended in any of the direction. So these two axes, x axis and y axis, or together we can call it as coordinate axis. Coordinate axis will divide the plane into 4 parts, and they are nothing but quadrants. Clear? So here first quadrant, second, third and fourth. If you are considering first quadrant, with respect to first quadrant you are having positive x axis and the positive y axis. So therefore if you are selecting any point that is with the signs plus comma plus, both x and y are positive with respect to the first quadrant. So if you are selecting the second quadrant, x axis is negative and y axis is positive. So therefore we can consider it as x is negative and y is positive. So which can be written as minus comma plus. Each point is present in the form of minus comma plus, that is minus 1 comma 2 you can consider, minus 2 comma 4 etc. If we are considering third quadrant, x is negative and also y is also negative. So therefore each point is present in the form of ordered pair of minus comma minus, that is you can consider point like minus 1 comma minus 2, minus 2 comma minus 3 etc. we can consider. And with respect to the last quadrant, so if we are considering last quadrant, x is positive and y is negative. So therefore x coordinate plus and y coordinate is negative, that is each point which belongs to the fourth quadrant that is present in the form of plus comma minus, that is, so we are having the signs as plus and minus. As the example we can consider 2 comma minus 3, 2 comma minus 7 or 3 comma minus 4 etc. we can consider with respect to this. So as the next part I can consider, next part is nothing but the coordinates of any point. So let me to consider the same diagram, that is if we are considering two mutually perpendicular lines XO X dash and YO Y dash. So with respect to these two mutually perpendicular lines, and this we can also call it as coordinate plane, or we can call it as two-dimensional plane, or we can consider it as XY plane. The plane is divided into 4 parts which are called as quadrants, and this plane we can consider it as XY plane, coordinate plane or two-dimensional plane. Okay. So if we are having any point on the x-axis, now we have considered, initially we have considered how to represent a point generally, and now let's consider how to represent a point if that is present on the x-axis. If any point lie on the x-axis, for example assume that this is the point which lie on the x-axis, or you can consider somewhere here another point which lie on the x-axis. So here let me to write the first part, that is if any point lie on the x-axis, if any point lie on the x-axis, andre yaudadu point x-axis mele idre, then its coordinates are, what are the coordinates of a point? So if any point lie on the x-axis, then its coordinates we can write it as P of, I am writing it generally, P of point lie on the x-axis, therefore its x coordinate is present, that is x, comma, y coordinate is nothing but 0. The point x-axis mele untu, so therefore x coordinate is present and the y coordinate is 0. So let me to consider some of the example. This first point I can consider it as 1, 0. Why 1, 0? Because the point lie on the x-axis its x coordinate present, y is 0. And if we are considering the next point, I can write it as 2, 0, or this third point, that is 3, 0. Somewhere here I can consider minus 2, 0, etc. They are nothing but the points which lie on the x-axis. Now the second part we can consider, that is if any point lie on the x-axis. So if any point lie on x-axis, if any of the point lie on x-axis. So if any point lies on x-axis, what are its coordinates? Point lies on y-axis. So therefore, its x coordinate should be 0 and only the y coordinate is present, that is nothing but 0, y. So generally I can say that if any point lie on the x-axis or y-axis, then its x coordinate is 0 and the y coordinate is present, and generally we can represent like this, that is 0, y, ordered pair 0, y, and with respect to each of the ordered pair, the first coordinate is with respect to x-axis, second point is with respect to y-axis. So how to write the examples? If any point lie on the y-axis, then we can consider example like this, that is 0, 1, or you can consider 0, 2, or somewhere here 0, minus 1. These are the some examples in order to say that the point lie on the y-axis. Now the third point I can consider, that is coordinates of the origin. What are coordinates of origin? So coordinates of the origin can be written as coordinates of origin. So coordinates of origin means that is nothing but at the point O, you are having the coordinates as O of 0, 0. So x value is equal to 0 and y value is equal to 0 at the point O, that is nothing but origin. So that represents the coordinates of a point. So as the introductory part, first concept is nothing but representation of a point or coordinates of a point. So with respect to coordinates of a point, we are having x coordinate of the point, y coordinate of the point, and how to represent a point, or we have learned with respect to if a point is present on the x-axis, if a point present on the y-axis, how to represent it generally, clear? So let me to continue with respect to the second concept, that is nothing but with respect to introduction, the second concept, that is nothing but distance formula. As the second part, I am going to consider distance formula. All of us know how to find out distance between the two objects or distance between the two given things. So here I can say that how to find out distance between the two elements with respect to one dimensional plane or with respect to two dimensional plane, etc. So if we are considering one dimensional plane, let me to consider somewhere here we are having origin, and here 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. that continues. So this is nothing but one dimensional plane. What is distance between x1 and x2? Distance between x1 and x2 is x1 is nothing but 2 and x2 is equal to 4. Distance between x1 and x2, either we can write it as x1 minus x2 or we can write it as x2 minus x1, clear? x1 minus x2 or x2 minus x1. So if you are considering x1 minus x2, that is 2 minus 4 is equal to minus 2. x2 minus x1 gives 4 minus 2 is equal to plus 2. But we know that distance cannot be negative. So therefore, instead of writing either first one or second one, you can directly write it as absolute value of x1 minus x2. If you are writing absolute value of x1 minus x2, distance cannot be negative, so therefore we are getting positive values, and with respect to one dimensional plane, distance between these 2 points, that is nothing but the constant 2, clear? So now let me to consider distance formula with respect to two dimensional plane. Two dimensional plane means we are having x-axis and the y-axis, correct? We need to consider two mutually perpendicular lines, xo x dash and yo y dash. So this is nothing but two dimensional plane. So if we are having 2 points in the two-dimensional plane, that is somewhere here I am going to consider the point as x1 comma y1. P is a point with the coordinates x1 comma y1 and Q is a point with the coordinates x2 comma y2. How to find out distance between these 2 points P and Q, or how to find distance between the 2 points Q and P. So that is given by the distance formula, and the distance formula I can write it as d is equal to root of x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square. So if we are having the 2 points x1 comma y1, P and Q are the 2 points with the coordinates x1 y1 and x2 comma y2, then distance between those 2 points in two-dimensional plane or in the xy plane, that is given by the formula d is equal to root of x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square. So let me to consider one problem with respect to this, that is find the distance between the 2 points. First question, find the distance between the 2 points 4, 0 and 7, 0. Let us consider 2 points 4, 0 and 7, 0. How to find out distance between these 2 points? And here I can consider these 2 points as first point with the coordinates x1, y1 and the second point with the coordinates x2, y2. Substituting in this formula, that gives d is equal to, distance is equal to root of x2 minus x1 whole square. What is the value of x2? 7. x1 is 4. 7 minus 4 whole square plus y2 minus y1, that is 0 minus 0, which is equal to 0 square, or this I can write it as root of 7 minus 4. What is 7 minus 4? 3. 3 square, that is nothing but 9, and which is equal to, I can consider, we are writing distance between the 2 points. So I am going to write it as d is equal to 3 is the distance between the 2 points x1, y1 and x2, y2. So let me to consider now the second one, that is find the distance between, second problem, that is find the distance between the points origin, that is origin with the coordinates 0, 0 and the point P with the coordinates x, y. Find the distance between the points 0, 0 and the point P with respect to the coordinates x, y. How to draw the diagram? The diagram I can consider like this, that is you are going to consider x, O, x dash and y, O, y dash. Somewhere here we are having the origin of the Cartesian coordinate system, and P of xy means that is one of the arbitrary point. Somewhere here I will consider this arbitrary point P with the coordinates x and y, and the distance between these two we can write it as d. Substituting in the formula, what is formula for d? D is nothing but distance between these 2 points is x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole to the power 2, or this is equal to root of, so x1 y1 means I will consider coordinates of the point origin as x1 y1 and as x2 y2 I am considering the point P. So therefore distance is given by x2 minus x1, that is nothing but directly you can write x minus 0 whole square plus y2 minus y1, y minus 0 whole square, or which can be written as root of x minus 0 whole square, that is x square, y minus 0 whole square, which is equal to y square. So that is nothing but distance between the 2 points. So distance from the origin to any point P with the coordinates x, y is given by the formula d is equal to root of x square plus y square. And you should remember this, instead of finding each and every time what is distance between the origin to the point to the arbitrary point P with respect to the coordinates x comma y, you can easily remember this, that is d is given by root of x square plus y square. So let me to consider the third point, that is if the 2 points have the same abscissum. If the 2 points have same abscissum, if the 2 points have same abscissum, then what is the distance between the 2 points? If the 2 points are having the same abscissum, what is meant by abscissa? If we are representing a point P with the coordinates x comma y. So if you are representing a point P with the coordinates x comma y, then this x coordinate we can call it as abscissum, and the y coordinate we can call it as ordinate. So what is given here? If the 2 points have the same abscissa, that is if the values of x are equal, then what is distance between those 2 points? So let me to consider like this, that is P is a point with the coordinates x1 comma y1. Generally I am writing the formula P of x1 comma y1, and abscissa are same. So therefore Q is a point with the coordinates x1 comma y2. Q is a point with the coordinates x1 comma y2. How to find out distance between P and Q? Again I am going to substitute in this formula, that is D is equal to root of x2 minus x1 whole square. Now what are the values of x1 y1 and x2 y2? So as the value of x1 comma y1 first point, and this second point I am going to consider it as x2 comma y2, substitute x2 minus x1 whole square, that is x1 minus of x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square, y2 minus y1 whole square, and this you can also write it as root of what is meant by x1 minus x1 whole square, that is 0. We are remaining with root of y2 minus y1 whole square, root of y2 minus y1 whole square, that is distance between the 2 points where the abscissa are equal and ordinates are different. So this I can write it as D is equal to, so here I can write like this, that is y2 minus y1 whole square to the power 1 by 2, these two cancels and you are remaining with y2 minus y1, clear? Y2 minus y1. But if we write like this, the answer that we are getting, that depends on the values of y2 and y1, and hence since the distance cannot be negative, you can consider like this, that is modulus or absolute value of y2 minus y1, absolute value of y2 minus y1, that is, so if the 2 points are having the same abscissa, for any 2 points if you are having the same values of x coordinate, then the distance between those 2 points is given by the formula absolute value of y2 minus y1. So let me to consider the second part. Second part is nothing but if 2 points have same ordinate, if the 2 points have same ordinate, if the 2 points are having same ordinate, then how to find out distance between, or what is distance between those 2 points. 2 points with the same ordinates means, ordinate means that is nothing but y coordinate of the point. Y coordinate of the point is called as ordinate. So let me to consider the points like this, P and Q are the 2 points, ordinates are same, that is y coordinate should be same. P is a point with the coordinates x1 comma y1 and Q is a point with the coordinates x2 comma y coordinates are same. So therefore with respect to both the points we are considering similar values of y. Then in this case D is given by what is distance between 2 points? Distance between 2 points is x2 minus x1 x2 minus x1 whole to the power 2 plus y1 minus y1. y1 minus y1 whole square, that is nothing but 0. Or this I can write it as d is equal to root of, or this we can also write it as x2 minus x1 whole square to the power 1 by 2. 2 cancels with 2, or I can write it as d is equal to absolute value of x2 and x1, that is x2 minus x1. So if the 2 points have the same ordinate, I can say that the distance is nothing but absolute value of x2 and x1. So try to remember these formula, that is if you know these formulae, we can write the solutions for the given questions easily. No need to write the extra steps like for each values of x1, y1 and x2, y2, you should write substitute in the formula and getting the answer. If the axes are same, then we can say that the distance between the 2 points is y2 minus y1, and if the ordinates are same, then the distance between the 2 points, that I can write it as absolute value of x2 minus x1, that represents the distance between the given 2 points. So with respect to introductory part, we have completed coordinates of a point, and the second one that we have completed the distance formula between 2 points in the coordinate plane or 2-dimensional plane. Clear? So let me to continue with respect to the third part, that is nothing but section formula. As the third part, we are going to consider section formula. What is meant by section formula, or why we are using this section formula? What is the use of section formula, that we should study with respect to this. Okay, let me to consider the formula, that is, so if you are having, assume that we are having these 2 points. A is a point with respect to the coordinates x1 comma y1, and B is a point with respect to the coordinates x2 comma y2. Clear? The 2 points are given. A is a point with the coordinates x1 comma y1, and B is a point with the coordinates x2 comma y2. So assume, let's consider somewhere here I am going to consider another point P with the coordinates x comma y. So if we are having another point P with the coordinates x comma y, now to find the coordinates, ಈ x ಮತ್ತು y ದು ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂಸ್ ಏನಂತ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ. x1 y1 ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ, x2 y2 ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. In order to find the coordinates of the point P with the coordinates x comma y, we are using this section formula. Clear? So now let me to consider some patterns with respect to this. So you can consider like this. Somewhere here you are having A and B, and this point P that is closer to the point A. Or other possibility, I can consider A and B are the 2 points. Somewhere here we are having the point P. Or A and B are the 2 points. At the center we are having this point P. Or A and B are the 2 points. Several possibilities you can write, A and B. Somewhere here you are having the point P, etc. These are some of the possibilities with respect to these 3 points A, P, B. Clear? So P is located somewhere in between A and B. That is, P is present somewhere in between A and B. So let me to consider this point P divides AB in the ratio m is to n. This point P divides AB in the ratio m is to n. Andre, so A ಇಂದ P ಗೆ ಇರುವ ಡಿಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್, P ಇಂದ B ಗೆ ಇರುವ ಡಿಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಸೇಮ್ ಇರಬೇಕಾಗಿಲ್ಲ. AP, distance between AP and distance between PB are different. In this first case, we can say that distance between AP is lesser when compared to distance between B and P. Second diagram, distance between A and P is more when compared to distance between P and B. And here P, I am considering it as midpoint. Distance between AP and PB both are equal. And here somewhat AP is less when compared to PB, etc. These are some of the possibilities. Other possibilities also you can consider. ಅದನ್ನು ನಾನು ರೇಷಿಯೋ ಆಗಿ ತಗೊಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇನೆ. ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ m is to n ರೇಷಿಯೋದಲ್ಲಿ, ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ P divides AB in the ratio m is to n. Clear? So now let me to consider the statement of section formula. To find the coordinates ಅಂದರೆ ಎಕ್ಸ್ ಮತ್ತು ವೈ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂಸನ್ನು ಫೈಂಡ್ ಔಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಟು ಫೈಂಡ್ ದ ಕೋಆರ್ಡಿನೇಟ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಪಿ ವಿಚ್ ಡಿವೈಡ್ಸ್ ದ ಲೈನ್ ಜಾಯ್ನಿಂಗ್ ಎ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಬಿ ಇಂಟರ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದರೆ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಪಿ ಇಸ್ ಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟ್ ಬಿಟ್ವೀನ್ ಎ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಬಿ. ಇಂಟರ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಇನ್ ದ ರೇಷಿಯೋ m:n we are using section formula. So I can say that what is the use of section formula? Section formula is used to find the coordinates of a point which divides the line joining points A and B internally in the ratio m:n. Clear? So let me to write the statement of this, that is the coordinates means they are nothing but x and y. The coordinates of a point dividing the join of the points A of x1, y1 and second point, that is B of x2, y2, joining the points A and B internally in the ratio m:n. Internally in the ratio m:n is given by so that is given by m into x, wait, 1 comma, p of xy is equal to m into x2 plus n into x1 divided by m plus n, comma, m into y2 plus n into y1 divided by m plus n. m into y2 plus n into y1 divided by m plus n. That is, so if P divides AB internally in the ratio m:n, then the coordinates of the point P ದು coordinates x and y ಇದೆ, ಅದರದ್ದು ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಹೇಗೆ ಫೈಂಡ್ ಔಟ್ ಮಾಡೋದು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದೆ, ಬೈ ಯೂಸಿಂಗ್ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಫಾರ್ಮುಲಾ, ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ m into x2 plus n into x1 divided by m plus n, comma, y coordinate is given by m into y2 plus n into y1 divided by m plus n. So this represents this first term, that is nothing but x, and the second term that represents the value of y. So with respect to the second chapter, already we have completed one definition, that is two ordered pairs are equal. When I can say that the two ordered pairs are equal, that is if the corresponding elements are equal, I can say that the two ordered pairs are equal. So here P of xy is equal to RHS. X coordinate of the point is given by this formula, mx2 plus nx1 divided by m plus n, and the y coordinate is given by my2 plus ny1 divided by m plus n. So let me to continue with respect to this same formula, that is, so already we have considered the coordinates of a point which divides the line segment joining points internally in the ratio m:n. Internally in the ratio m:n means between the 2 points A and B you are having the point P, correct? So now I am going to consider the second part with respect to this. First part is nothing but internal division, and the second part I am going to consider it as external division. If the point P divides AB externally in the ratio m:n. If the point P divides AB externally in the ratio m:n, how to draw the diagram? Somewhere here I am going to consider like this, that is, so A is a point with the coordinates x1, y1, B is a point x2 with the coordinates x2, y2, and the point P is present external to these two line joining points A and B. That is somewhere here I am having the point P with the coordinates x comma y. P is the point with the coordinates x comma y, and that point is external to the line joining of A and B. So here the ratio remains same, that is m is to n, and I can say that the formula is nothing but for the external division I can write the formula like this, that is, so if the point P divides the line joining two points externally in the ratio m is to n, then P of x comma y can be written as m into x2 minus n into x1 divided by m minus n, and its y coordinate is given by my2 minus ny1 divided by m minus n. Clear? my2 minus ny1 divided by m minus n. So that is for external division. If you are having internal division, this is the formula, P of xy is equal to RHS, and if the point P is present external to the line joining of A and B, then I can consider P of xy is equal to mx2 minus nx1 divided by m minus n, and the y coordinate is given by my2 minus ny1 divided by m minus n. So let me to consider another one possibility with respect to this, that is, another possibility is nothing but, so if P is the midpoint of A and B, what happens if P is the midpoint of line joining two points A and B? So then we can say that distance between the point A and P is equal to distance between the points P and B, right? Let me to consider third part with respect to this, that is, if P is midpoint of A and B, if P is the midpoint of AB, so if P is the midpoint of the line joining two points A and B, so if P is the midpoint of AB, let me to draw this diagram, that is, here we are having B is a point with the coordinates x2 comma y2, and A is a point with the coordinates x1 comma y1. A is a point with the coordinates x1 comma y1, B is a point with the coordinates x2 comma y2. Somewhere here I am going to consider P, and let me to consider this P as P is nothing but midpoint of A and B. P is midpoint of A and B anta helidre, adu line middle ide, so this distance should be is equal to PB. So PA is equal to PB, and for example, if distance between P and A is equal to 2, distance between P and B is equal to 2, what is 2 is to 2, or 2 is to 2 means that is nothing but 2 by 2, which is nothing but 1 by 1, or the ratio I can consider it as 1 is to 1. So therefore, m is the distance from, m is the ratio from A to P, we are having it as m, and from P to B I can consider it as n. M is to n ratio. So substituting in the formula, that is, P of x comma y is given by P of x comma y, since P is the midpoint of AB, P is present in between AB, or I can consider it as internal division, correct? So I can consider it as internal division. For internal division, I am having the formula as, what is formula for internal division? mx2 plus nx1 divided by m plus n. Similarly, the y coordinate. If P is midpoint of m and n, I can consider m is to n can be considered as 1 is to 1, and the same distance with the ratio becomes 1 is to 1. That means I am going to substitute m is equal to 1 and n is equal to 1, then the coordinates of the point P. So coordinate of the point P can be written as P of x comma y is equal to m value is equal to 1 into x2, that is nothing but x2, plus 1 into x1, that is x1, divided by 1 plus 1, that is 2, comma y, m into y2, 1 into y2, that is y2, plus 1 into y1, that is y1, divided by 1 plus 1, that is nothing but 2, divided by 2, or so we know that addition is commutative. So therefore x2 plus x1 addition is commutative with respect to addition. Addition is commutative, so therefore I can write it as x2 plus x1. I can also write it as x1 plus x2 divided by 2, comma y2 plus y1. I can write it as y1 plus y2 divided by 2, both are same. So therefore, if P is the midpoint of the line joining points A and B, the coordinates of the point P, I can write it as x1 plus x2 divided by 2, that is the x coordinate, and the y coordinate is y1 plus y2 divided by the constant 2. So this is nothing but with respect to midpoint. With respect to section formula, we have completed 3 parts, that is if P is a point which divides AB internally, we have written the formula how to find out coordinates of that point P. And if P is a point which is present external to the line joining of AB, then we have written the formula. And as the third case, we have written if P is the midpoint of AB, then how to get the coordinates of the point P with respect to the given questions, correct? So let me to consider with respect to introductory part, I am going to consider, already we have completed coordinates of a point, distance formula we have completed, and after that section formula. Fourth one, the fourth one is nothing but area of a triangle. Fourth one, that is area of a triangle. So what is area of a triangle? If the 3 points are given, if any 3 points are given with the coordinates, how to find out area of a triangle? Let me to write the statement, that is if A of x1 comma y1, first point A with the coordinates x1 comma y1, B is a point with the coordinates x2 comma y2, and C is a point with the coordinates x3 comma y3. If A, B, C are any 3 coordinates or any 3 points, then the area of the triangle is given by, so area of the triangle is given by this formula, that is area is equal to 1 by 2 into summation of x1 into y2 minus y3. Area is given by 1 by 2 into summation of x1 into y2 minus y3, or this I can write it as 1 by 2 into, within the brackets I will write, that is x1 into y2 minus y3. Second term I can write it as x2 into y3 minus y1, and the third term, that is x3 into y1 minus of y2. So this represents area of the triangle if 3 coordinates are given, that is if the 3 coordinates are A, B, C, with these coordinates like x1 y1 and x2 y2 and x3 y3 respectively, then the area is given by half of summation of this term. What is meant by this notation? That represents summation anta helidre sum of all the terms which are present in this form, that is x1 into y2 minus y3. We are writing addition between each of the term, sum of all the terms which are present in the form of x1 into y2 minus y3, that represents area of a triangle if the 3 points A, B, C are given. And as the next concept we are going to consider, so we have completed 4 different definitions already, and the 5th one I am going to consider it as collinear points. So when we can say that the points as collinear?